Identifying your patterns is key. When you don't see the patterns that your life takes, like when you don't see the times where your money fluctuates, when it goes up, when it goes down, if you don't see and perceive the times where certain things happen every year, like when you get sick. One of the things I have noticed, like I love the memories and stuff, which I already knew, right? And my son and I battled with sinuses really, really bad. And last year was the last season before we started taking allergy shots. We finally went, got tested, did the whole nine. So we figured out what we were allergic to. Then they create a serum. Ooh, sorry, y'all. I look like electric. It's raining here. Okay, but anyway, they created a serum that we get, and we had to build up our immunity and everything. But bottom line, like I can go back and look at videos and I can hear the nasalness in my voice, and I know what I was feeling. And every year I would go through the same thing. And you know how aggravating it is when you go through the same thing and you tell somebody, people that's in your life, and you tell them the same thing every year. They go, girl, and you like, it's sinuses, it's this. Now, the weather has been so bad here lately everywhere that people who normally do not deal with sinus issues have been. So I have been not loving it, but like I don't get the stupid questions. I should say that, because now they like, ooh, is this what? Nevertheless, I notice my pattern. And it's always in April. It's when it's the worst. It's always around my birthday. Um, Always around tax season, blah, blah, blah. When you don't learn your patterns, you'll find yourself doing repetitive behaviors and coming out with the same results. And you're wondering why, but you're not looking at the patterns, because sowing and reaping are seasons, right? A farmer sows certain things in certain ground in certain seasons. So you've got to start paying attention to what's going on in your life in that season so that you can start planting the right thing at the right time. Everything is about timing. Timing is everything. It's a time to do everything. Ecclesiastes is so clear about that. It's a time to plant. It's a time to pluck up that which is planted. When you're doing things out of season, and once you get in the habit of doing something, oh my God, that's a whole nother video. But once you get in the habit of doing something, it's hard to break a habit, even when it's bad. Ask a smoker who's ever been diagnosed with cancer. Ask a person with diabetes who has had to have something amputated. It doesn't matter how detrimental it is to you. If the habit is greater than your fear of what could happen, that habit will overtake. That's why I tell people I never want to get used to doing anything in a habitual mode, even when you think it's good, like just telling somebody I love you. No, you need to always be thinking, oh, thank you, Jesus, and thank you, my mama Curlin God. She always said to never stop thinking. When you begin to do things out of habit, it eliminates the need to think about it. And you need to always think about what you do, because your actions are seeds. And when you sow, you'll reap. When you plant, it's going to come back as a harvest. It's either going to come back as a harvest, or it's going to come back as weeds to choke it out of you, choke the life out of you. So your habits are crucial. Your patterns are crucial. And you've got to identify your patterns of thinking, your pattern, because as a man thinketh, so is he. You feel it, you think it, and then you do it. So you've got to get in touch with all of that if you want to break the cycles. So start looking at your patterns. Make notes. I tell people all the time, I keep notes on a lot of things. I'm telling you. Like, I love to shop. And to keep me grounded, or like sometimes urgency will make me do things when I'm not ready. So if I feel like I might forget, or something I really want, rather than buying it right then, I'll make a list. And then I'll go back, and sometimes I've gone back and looked at the list, and I've had something on there on more than one list. I know that's something I really wanted. Some things I look at and I was like, that made the list? but it's a way of discipline because I noticed a pattern. You can never confront what you don't recognize. You can never change what you don't confront. And a cycle will only continue until you break it. It's been your girl, Candid with Kim.